Arriving in Perth after a long flight, it felt like coming home in a new place. If you don't know, my sister Tania and her husband Jay and Sheldon live in Perth, and Tanya and Sheldon were waiting for us at the airport. It was so awesome to see their smiling faces after such a long time. I can't even tell you, it was truly heartwarming to see them. They took us to their beautiful home, a cozy, welcoming space. I immediately felt like I was at home. Not long after that, settling in, we decided, or my sister said, let's go have some lunch or tea or whatever. And she took us out to the Swell, which is in Mulo Beach. It's a restaurant for a snack and something to drink, which was on the beach. The ocean view was beautiful. I mean, it was crystal clear, a gorgeous view. So we had a little bit of bread and olives and salty nuts and um, uh, olive, like balsamic vinegar and olive oil, and it was paired with like a refreshing juice. It's lemon and ginger drink. Can't remember when last I saw my sister, and it was just wonderful to be there and to chat and missing our chats that we used to have. On the way back, I noticed a huge flock of white parrots everywhere. The next morning, in Australia, you do your own pumping. No one does your pumping paperwork for you. Check my sister. You want your window clean? And she starts putting petrol in the car. It's something we're not allowed in South Africa, back at home in South Africa, because it's a protected industry. But those little moments, you really stick with you when you see something like that. And we really had a good giggle, Tanya and I, about it. So, yeah, the next morning we headed out. It was a special day for Jay. It was his 400th park run at Neil Hawkins Park. So we stopped off there. Tanya outdid herself with an incredible spread. We had a lovely bra or barbie, because no matter where you are in the world, nothing brings family together like good food or friends, good food. And it was seriously, it was good food. What is so amazing in Australia is no matter where you go at a park, there's always an area where you can braai, and it's free as long as you clean it after you've left, and it's gassed, and you can have there's tables and chairs. It's really really lovely that you can sit and just bring your picnic basket or your braai stuff and just have a braai in the beautiful settings as their parks that they have there. Bert and I took a little walk down to the bottom, to the pier, and we stood there, and there were also seagulls there standing on the side of the pier, and it's so family orientated, friendly orientated. This it, and there's so many people around enjoying the park, enjoying it, and it's clean. You don't have to step over someone else's rubbish. The dustbins are clean, they're emptied. It really, really looks lovely. I'm not too sure when we went, but we went with Jay and Tanya for brunch and with Sheldon down to Mulo Beach to the Dome Cafe. And it symbolized very much like the Mug and Bean a coffee shop. Delicious meal. And then after that, after a brunch, uh, Sheldon and Jay helped me take Byrne down to the shore, or rather to show him the sea. It's a bit windy and it was actually nippy. It was strange. You've always got this concept that Australia, because of the desert, is hot, but it wasn't that hot. It was actually quite nippy. And then on Friday evening, Sheldon invited us to go to church with him, which was a youth service at Global Heart Church in Joondalup. Joondalup, I think that's how you pronounce it. Joondalup. Um, it was so meaningful to be part of his world, attending the service. Then we watched him serve food afterwards. That's what I love almost about visiting family. It's not about just doing touristy things, but really being part of their daily lives. I'm really not interested in expensive outings or ticket box or itineraries. It's just nice to sit with people that you haven't seen for a very long time and just hear about their lives, laugh, talk, and just be together. And that's one of the things we really wanted to do, is to get to be with family. So many times we do the touristy things, which is great. There's nothing against it, but it's just nice to be part of people's family.
Like 4 kilometers over the
Then
speed
on
limit. It's like
Monday,
150 km/h.
while Tanya and Jay were at work, Sheldon, with the goodness of his heart,
Pretty
took
insane.
us
Like
on a
1,000 going
drive
four
about, not a
kilometers over the
walkabout, a
speed limit.
drive
It's like
about.
150
And
km/h.
it was so surreal seeing him behind the steering wheel.
Pretty
The last
insane.
time I
Like
saw him, he
1,000
was
like
just a
4
kid.
kilometers
Now
over the
he's a
speed limit.
confident
It's like
young adult,
150
driving
km/h.
us around and showing us his world. We saw
It's pretty
kangaroos
insane.
and
Like
koala
1,000 like
crossing
4
signs,
kilometers over the speed limit.
in
It's like
Australia when
150
that
km/h.
happens. And he took us to his university to show us his university. And then he showed us a wheelchair accessible beach entry, which was really impressive. Even though it was too cold to try that day, we ended the afternoon with lunch at Hillary's Boat Harbour and even had Nando's, which felt a bit South African. One, and there are many highlights in Perth of this trip that we visited, was Tanya took us to Caversham Wildlife Park, where Bern and I got to touch a giddy G skink. It's got a thick body, looks like an Australian lizard. It looks very prehistoric, but strange but fascinating. We also saw a vibrant parrots, from pink cockatoos to red-tailed black uh, uh, kooka something. It's really brilliant rainbow lorikeets. The colors were stunning, absolutely stunning, and a pitch, pitch black. Um, I think it was looked like a parrot to me. Okay, it could be a cockatoo, whatever, but it was bright. It was black, pitch black. Um, so yeah, in the wildlife section, we encountered all sorts of animals, from a shy
Yeah.
bush-tailed possum, which looks very different up close than in the cartoons, to barking owl with its piercing yellow eyes. You can see it's amazing. Even the kookaburras, though it sounded silent, it just stared at us curiously, like, "Are we gonna feed it?" There was a snake section where a lady introduced us to the different snakes in Australia. If I think of the snakes that are so dangerous, it's a bit scary to go there and have a look at them. We even got to be close to a wombat, which I've never even thought of. Fun fact, yep, wombats poop in cubes. Apparently, it helps to stay in the place to mark their territory. As you kind of think to yourself, square poop. During the walkabout in the Caversham nature reserve, we saw so many gorgeous flowers. Isn't this just a pretty, bright, friendly looking flower? It's a ground cover, and the flowers only open in bright sunlight, almost like a solar powered flower. Meet the purple pride. It's native to Australia, and it looks pink, but it's bright, bright purple. And I mean, how can I explain that with words? Nope, you're not seeing things. It looks like kangaroo paws, and that's what it's called. But this species is called tequila sunrise. Can you believe that? Calling a, a flower tequila sunrise. And it's West Australia's pride flower. And it's got fuzzy paws. I mean, and when it blooms, that comes out in a bright yellow. You can see they're bright yellow and green. Some of them are even black flowers. But those fine details of that hair on that I mean, this was photo taken by a cell phone. So you must know how beautiful it is just to be up close and personal with it. We stopped off at a photo opportunity. There's a giant kangaroo, and I got inside to feel what it feels like to be a tiny little Joey. Well, I didn't feel tiny because it was, yeah. But anyway, the angle to try and get our faces long. You can see we're trying to get our faces, and I think what they need to do is maybe make the circle a bit of a angle. So yeah, so Ben was the koala and I was the kangaroo. Shh, the koala's sleeping. Don't make so much noise. You stand in a queue, and I mean, there are lots of people. I can't say thousands, but a lot of people waiting to take photos with these three cute little koalas. Now, I always thought koalas were adorable until I looked into those eyes. They're cute, yes, but a bit creepy up close with those long claws and slow movement. Still, it was fun to experience and a photo worth keeping with my sister next to me, which was great to have a photo taken together. We missed the rest of the family, but obviously they were all busy with what they needed to do for the day. Finally, we ended our time with the kangaroos. Tanya bought us some food so we could feed them. Such gentle creatures, they say. I stayed a bit distance. Feeding the kangaroos, I got this feeling that you try and get them to eat and they're looking at you and they say, "You call that food?" Well, when I look at it, I thought, this is very dry pellets. And you almost get them to
You
saying to
call
you.
that food? Hmm. Try harder.
And so it wasn't very easy to get them to eat the food. But you see the small Joey's feet sticking out. That must be very sore for that mom. But anyway.
Oi, Mum, this Uber's bouncy as. You sure you got your Roo license? It's hotter than a Barbie in here.
Jay and Tanya took us to Scarborough Beach to go and have some lunch on obviously on the beach, and we all went again to the dome, which is just like our mug and bean. And we came across as we came out. I didn't see it when we went in, but when we came out was this magnificent statue. It's 6.5 meters tall. It's called the Etherealin Welcome Hand. It's a sculpture of a hand. I mean, you can see with looks like sand running out. It's done for Scarborough Beach. They just revamped the area, and it's sand running out. And hand was supposed to represent the customs of the people, and the people were connected to the land and the sea. And then the back of the hand is a design of dolphins and three fish, which relays it in to reflect the importance of the relationship between the locals and the mammals, if that makes sense. But I mean, in itself, it's a beautiful statue. It's really, really, it's called sand, like sand, looks like sand running out of the hand. It was magnificent. It was so special. Tanya booked us a room at the Quest Kings Park area, and that's the place we stayed at, and it looked over the city of Perth. You can see the video on your left hand side where I'm pointing. That's the center of Perth. And so we stayed there for 2 nights. It was really, really nice. I'll show you the room now. It was absolutely, it wasn't necessary, but it was a real, real blessing. And the following day, Sheldon came to pick us up. This is the layout of the room. So where that door is on the other side, you come in, and where I'm standing is the balcony side. So I just gave you a different view of what the room looks like. The room that Tanya did for us, which was quite nice. It was well kitted out. You'll see it's got a basin, a microwave, a fridge, a stove, got all the utensils, and then you head over to the bathroom, a full kitted bathroom, toilet basin, tumble dryer, washing machine, so we could do our washing. And it's actually quite nice because we were on a having to pack and get going. And little dinette section and the bed, and then the view to the outside of the park. The next day we headed off to the Western Australian Botanical Garden. It was amazing. The entrance alone, we felt like we were walking into something magical with the towering silver arches and native trees reaching out like they were welcoming us. And then hidden in amongst the Australia sign, silver sign, I put that tiny koala that BJ and them gave to us in the beginning. So we stopped off for lunch there, and then we headed off towards the poppy area of the botanical gardens. We made our way to the State War Memorial, and where we were surrounded by a sea of rows of crochet poppies. And I mean, there was 1,000 of them. There was really a lot of them, and it was peaceful and powerful with the skyline behind us. If you look close up, you go close up. I mean, someone spent time crocheting those poppies. How sacrificial is it that someone gave of them time, which represented someone who gave their life to make the country what it is today, or countries that are today. So it represents every person who died in a war somewhere along the line. And for us to be remembering those people, and these ladies took the time to crochet these poppies. And I mean, it's all over the world like this. A perfect place to just have gratitude for where we are and what we have, and able to fly and enjoy a holiday with family and friends. Sheldon was really, really, really special, took us around. And then from here, we headed off into Perth to the museum there. And let me end with this saying, because we're going to go to the museum in Perth itself. Wars may come and go, but family must stand together for each other and for the future. And that is so, so vital. Many families, I mean, I even heard today something else that shook me. And family needs to stand together, regardless of how we feel about each other. And yes, there are attitudes, yes, these things, but family need to stand together. And this is so true. So, again, war museums remind us of the importance of family. My sister blessed us with an opportunity to go and see the West Australian Museum in Perth. And Sheldon picked us up at the place we stayed at and took us to botanical gardens, like I shared. And then we went to this museum. It's from the Warman community in Kimberley, which is a town close there. It's not just metal. It's not just a car standing there. It's a memory of how powerful, or should I say resilient, these people are. And the story this vehicle carries, you need to research it. Um, how this car took people to remote communities, and it's still standing. I mean, it's a bit dilapidated, but it's still standing. And how committed are we to people's lives like this car to still be around and to share the stories of where it's been? I don't know if you remember, I don't know if they still exist, but it's a tube, and then you look through the tube and then you turn it and it changes the direction. It's called a kaleidoscope. And you felt like a child walking into this arch with this giant kaleidoscope. And it encompasses you, and you just bring your kiddie memory back into your life again. And it's a beautiful visual picture. And you just of it's called the crystal porthole, and it's different crystals. Now, I mean, you look at the different colors that is there, and to think that those actually exist, all those different crystals, mind blowing. This is a rock foundation, and when you see it red and green, it looks like that. And in the middle are a lot of eucalyptus trees that follow the river's edge. But it looks like candy floss to me. It's and to think that that rock formation is that bright red and green on it. What an experience! But to me, it looked like candy floss, so I was wanting candy floss. Seeing that chopper bike in the museum brought back all those carefree days as child. Um, Riding the bike on the road, no helmet, no worries, pure fun, and only get home when the lights go on in the road. Nowadays, you make sure that before the lights go on you at home, before the sun sets, you are home. So it did bring some really good, carefree childhood memories back. We stopped at the old school soccer exhibition, and Sheldon, who loves soccer, we totally drawn into it. Past and present met together at the right there in the museum. And it just shows you how technology has developed over the years. I mean, the images are so pixelated Now you can't even tell the difference between the real soccer player and the game itself. The museum didn't show us history, it helped us feel it. And I want to say thank you to Tanya and Jay and Sheldon for giving me and Bern the opportunity to experience it. I just want to give us a huge, huge thank you to Tanya, to you guys, Jay and Sheldon, for opening up your home and just pretty much handing it over and just being so open and helping us. And Tanya, for you guys just giving your room up for us, that's a whole new level of love. And Shem, I saw what you slept on, and I was really embarrassed about that. And from picking us up at the airport and dropping us off and everything in between, you guys really, you rolled out the red carpet for us. And um, I came to visit, or I should say, Bert and I came to visit, and we felt like we seriously got the VIP treatment. Thank you for all the snacks and the laughs and the organization and the memories that you created for us. We are truly, truly, truly grateful. And hopefully one day we get to do return that favor to you guys. So hopefully someday you come visit us again, and we can return that favor. Love you guys very much, and we really miss you. Well, I miss you lots, and hope you guys really someday come visit us, and love you lots. And family is forever, no matter what.